white lettering on the nameplates on the back of the jerseys, the numbers in purple, just like Billy Mecca wore for Niagara back in the 1970s.
How about it?
Yeah, number 12 was mine, but we wore purple. We never wore black.
But did you wear purple shoes?
Purple shoes, purple unis.
Bobcats opening up on the offensive end. Paul Otieno buries a three-pointer from up top. And when your big man is knocking down threes, you might be in for a treat.
You know, he talked the other night, Di, about Paul missing 4 games with a little sickness, and he just needed some reps, right? Got a practice rep yesterday, and expect to see big numbers from Otieno tonight.
Well, talking to Coach before the game, he said Paul looks much better. He was active at practice, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm giving credit for playing as hard and as long as he did.
Absolutely.
The other night.
He looked drained.
He sure did.
Paul knocking down his 8th three-pointer of the season in 22 opportunities. Backdoor cut, dunk, Lewis to Amari Monroe.
Well, I love Amari on the baseline, and listen, Lewis got locked in, Di, in the second half, and that was probably the best 11 minutes we've seen him play in that stretch. Really good start tonight.
He had some awesome feeds underneath the basket to his teammates.
Niagara, 8-14 overall, 3-8 in the MAC right now, losing at Merrimack up in North Andover, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston on Thursday night. Martinez had it poked away with 3 on the shot clock. Jumper off the mark. Weak side rebound for Savion Lewis as he looks to push. For Otieno. And Otieno with the layup. Bobcats off to a red-hot start.
I guess you're right. That's red hot, no doubt.
Bobcats are locked in today.
And you're going to have mass substitutions here from Niagara. Paul is clearly not happy with this start for the Purple Eagles.
Otieno, 5 of the first 7, a 3, a layup. Amari Monroe, the other bucket on a dunk. Adela Dune. And a foul is going to be called. It's on Quinnipiac. Our 3 officials, Brian Zink, Hosan Vega, and David Powell. And it is Alumni Day.
You can feel the excitement in the arena today. Everyone's here to see a great game and to see Bill Mecca.
Well, I don't know about that, Di, but I tell you what, I think they're excited when Amari Monroe dunks the ball and Otieno makes a 3.
That too.
A lot of people are here to see you today. We've already seen a lot of them come up to you, and I've said in the past, it's genuine when Billy sees his former players and former alumni overall, when you were an assistant and also during your years as a head coach as well. You're not going to win that argument with us to the 2 people to your left today, partner.
Yeah, all you got to do is love them up. If you love them up, they'll always come back. It wasn't that complicated.
But your love has been consistent.
Well, I appreciate y'all.
Jumper in and out from Justice Smith. Greg Paulus going for a new 5 early on here in this game as the Bobcats have scored the first 7 points. Otieno, top of the key. Handoff for Savion Lewis. Lewis looking, a little hesitation to the baseline, looking for the cutter. Monroe out of bounds, and it will be Niagara basketball.
Well, you knew what was going to happen with that substitution. The group coming in was going to give you what Paulus was missing, which was the defensive intensity. A good substitution early.
And it's hard knowing your players when you have 14 new ones. And they're just hitting their stride now mid-season.
And really good move by Quinnipiac now with this second 5 in, going to some full-court pressure.
On the baseline, Will Short with the bucket coming off the bench. And this is a group. They'll go deep off the bench. 50 points off the bench in the loss, 5-point loss for the Purple Eagles on Thursday at Merrimack.
Yeah, you look at their numbers, and they got 8 guys averaging above 7 points. So like you said, it's a group that does it collectively.
I will correct myself. The 50 points in the game against Canisius last weekend, but twice this year, the bench has gone for 50 or more. Paul Otieno with the bucket, off to a great start. Quinnipiac by 7.
And how about the feed from Lewis once again? He just knows his personnel out there, can get him the ball.
Well, and he puts it in a position, Di, on that pass particularly, where Otieno didn't have to do anything but extend on 1 foot and finish the play.
Demondre McKnight giving it up. Penetration inside, kick for the 3 from the near corner off the mark. Monroe goes for the rebound. Shot off the mark from Jaden Marshall. Monroe all the way to the basket, losing on his way to the basket, but draws the foul, and he'll have a pair here.
Well, Di, you mentioned the other day about how comfortable Amari's getting. Monroe for Quinnipiac bringing the ball up, and I'm a firm believer And this is different than old school ball we were taught as coaches and as players. I love when the rebounder becomes the point guard in transition, because now you're running out with 4 people at full speed.
And also, if you're being defended by another post player who's not normally defending in the open court.
Yeah, great call.
So when you see that on video, how do you prepare for that when you have somebody like Amari Monroe, who's a big who can handle the basketball?
Well, you've got to send your quickest guard to him and see if he can poke at it, stay low, make him change direction.
Or you just fast forward and you don't want to watch it.
Pressure again for Quinnipiac in the backcourt. Foul on Quinnipiac. It's going to be on Caden Bennett. That's his first.
Really good job, I think, that time by Williamson for Niagara. Did a really good job where the ref couldn't see. He was kind of holding Bennett off to get the pass, so they got Caden on the hold, but clever by Williamson.
And I love watching Coach Paulus coach. I mean, he will coach the entire game, talking to his guys, getting them ready, helping them out.
I love watching when he played football and basketball, so I preferred watching him when he was an athlete. He was outstanding.
Visiting with Tom Bacora before the game, he had high praise for Niagara head coach Greg Paulus, now in his 6th year.
No doubt. I mean, comes from a very athletic family.
3-pointer coming for McKnight. And just like that, the lead cut to 5 points for Quinnipiac against Niagara. And you do have, there's a dunk for Paul Otieno. Savion Lewis right now really connected with Otieno and Amari Monroe.
Well, taking advantage of a little mismatch out there.
Well, doing a really good job on that high dribble screen. Niagara giving a little more space, not looking to double, and Otieno looks really sharp.
A bump, no foul. They play through it. Smith giving it up. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Purple Eagles. Good ball movement on the 3-point line, and the 3-pointer is good for Jaden Marshall.
Good execution by the Purple Eagles.
Yeah, really good job getting it from one side of the court to the other side of the court, and a little bit of Duke basketball there.
Otieno working against a defender. Trying to go back to his right, lost his balance, lost the basketball, turnover. Niagara looking to capitalize, and the dunk coming for Justice Smith. 2-point game.
And substitution certainly helped the Purple Eagles. Gave them a little bit of that shot of B12 that they needed.
And you can see the benches engaged also.
Turnover. Smith against Lewis going inside, missing. Nice job by both sides getting back. Otieno throwing it almost right into the hands of McKnight.
Looked like a little bit of volleyball out there.
Here's Amari Monroe knocking down the 3-pointer for the Bobcats.
Mr. Dependability. You need a shot, he's going to give it to you.
Yeah, he's been really sharp over the course of the last 5 for the Bobcats. You talked about his numbers, and they increasingly go up, shooting it really well. And I think if you're Niagara, you're okay with Monroe shooting threes.
Lob inside. Short did a nice job initially coming down with it. Turnover for the Purple Eagles. Can Quinnipiac capitalize in transition? Reyes missing on the 3. Ball tracked down by Marshall.
And the kind of shot, if you look at tape, you might want to talk about, hey, listen, it was a 2-on-2 there. Not sure you needed that 3. Let's wait till we have an advantage on the offensive end.
Short up top. Hits on the 3-pointer. Will Short. First 3-point attempt of the season. Knocking it down from up top.
And the big men are playing at the stripe today.
Still waiting for that first media timeout. Savion Lewis all the way to the basket and the nice finish.
Yeah, it's been a fast-paced game by both teams here, and haven't got to the media, and we're over 7 minutes in.
Short last possession for Niagara. Again, knocking down his first 3-pointer of the season. It was his first attempt. Jumper off the mark from Jahari Williamson. Bobcats going the other way. Inside for Otieno. Misses. Put back there for Amari Monroe.
Yeah, that punch inside, I don't think any team in the MAC has it. A 5 and a 4 that do what they do on the glass.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't double them. Who are you going to double off them?
Paul Otieno, number 1 in rebounds on the offensive end. Amari Monroe, number 1 in rebounds on the defensive end. On the miss, Quinnipiac, possession and a 6-point lead. Reyes coming off a strong performance against Canisius a couple of nights ago. Amari said shh right there.
Not to us, though.
No.
He wants us to talk about it.
9-point Quinnipiac lead. Amari Monroe in double figures.
How about the way he just squared up?
Well, rhythm is outstanding, right? You know, basketball to me is a lot like dance, and if you're in rhythm, it looks so pretty.
Smith, left of the paint, giving it up, cross-court pass. McKnight stepped on the sideline right to our right. Almost 8 minutes off the clock, our first media timeout, and Quinnipiac here at home against Niagara on Alumni Day, up by 9.
How would you like to be 7 shots better? Our OptiMotion technology gives me all the data I need to help Nathan turn more, gain 10 yards, and lower his score.
I'm Nathan, and Golf Tech lowered my score by 7 shots.
If you're one of the 70% of adults struggling with their weight, struggling to access care, struggling to find treatment that works, the problem isn't you, it's your health care. HIMSS clears the path to affordable, personalized weight loss plans for those who need them. Through HIMSS, a range of treatment options, including compounded GLP-1 injections, are currently available and ready to be delivered to your door. Real change starts here with HIMSS.
With TruGreen, we got a great price on a golf course quality lawn,
which attracted golfers.
Morning.
Who needs a warm-up?
PGA Tour quality lawns for as little as $1 a day.
Where are we playing next?
Get started at TruGreen.com.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games, exclusive matchups, marquee NHL events, and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
Quinnipiac, 9 of 11 to open up. 3 3-pointers, 2 from Amari Monroe, 1 from Paul Otieno. Paul has 9. Amari Monroe already in double figures with 11. Alumni Day here at Quinnipiac. Our partner, Billy Mecca, played at Niagara under Frank Layden and Dan Raskin in the 1970s. And Billy, before the game and before the teams were introduced, a moment of silence for Glenn Phillip, Quinnipiac class of 1992, and someone that you know well.
Yeah, man, I get a tear in my eye, right? Glenn, we nicknamed him Dex, but he came from Anguilla. Bert Kahn, who was the head coach, went over there to coach an all-star team and brought Glenn Phillips back mid-year. And he came with a little bag. It didn't have winter clothes, didn't have boots, didn't have gloves, didn't have a jacket. And an island kid dropped off in the middle of winter at Quinnipiac. And that story blossomed in him being one of the best all-time players here at Quinnipiac, and everybody that met Dex fell in love with Dex because he was a pure heart, a pure spirit, and he loved everybody that crossed his path.
Well said.
Hearts go out to his family.
Then he played 2 minutes in that first year in the second half of the season, and my first year as a head coach averaged 20 points a game for me. We appealed those 2 minutes to get him that 5th year, and that appeal was denied. So you talk about the difference between 1990 and 2025.
And now players are here for 6 and 7 years.
7, 8 years. 2 minutes in the second half of the season.
Greg Paulos bringing back starters at the last timeout. We're going to have another timeout at the next whistle. Bucket right there from Josiah Davis. And we'll play favorites. Josiah Davis, Billy, one of our favorite Niagara players for 24-25. Monroe knocking down a 3, missing there. Knocked it down on the last trip down. Josiah Davis did come over, and he said hello to us and had a great big smile on his face before the game.
He's a joyful young man.
And he came over, why? Just because?
Because we know him, and he wanted to say hello.
You know him. How do you know him?
It was you. He came over, and it was with you initially.
Well, remember I went to Ireland to do the MAC tournament, and Niagara was one of those teams. And I know Coach Paulus, so whenever we see each other, we always say hi. And he's just a fun-loving kid.
Baby die on the move.
We've got our second media timeout, and with that, Bobcats here at home up by 10.
2, 1, start. Start going and throwing and skiing and seeing. Start leaping and lunging. Start splashing and dashing and stretching and fetching. Start living your best, most active life at Connecticut's best orthopedic destination, home of every top orthopedic award, top patient satisfaction ratings, and a top spine and joint replacement program. When you're ready to get moving again, start at the top. Connecticut Orthopedic Institute.
Family time. Work deadlines. Trips to grandma's house. Life doesn't come with a pause button. The last thing you need is the burden of treating an orthopedic injury. That's why Connecticut Orthopedics always puts you first. We'll diagnose your injury, develop a custom treatment plan, and put you on the path to recovery. This is expert orthopedic care without the hassle, and it's only at Connecticut Orthopedics, where we're moving forward together.
Bacon. Good morning, everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Ooh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Quinnipiac 25-15 lead here at Niagara. Bobcats looking for an 11th win in conference play, 15th win overall. Quinnipiac breaking from the huddle. Head coach Tom Pecora feeling better over the last couple of days, and certainly a big part of that was the great second half against Canisius a couple of nights ago here at home.
Yes, he said, a little bit of the flu bug went through the team, himself included. Everyone is now on the mend and ready to go.
Yeah, it was a 30-day run that moved throughout that program. And you're talking about, you got 14 players, you got managers, you got coaches. So you got a group of 22, 23, and that thing spread really, really fast, and everybody was affected in some way, shape, or form.
Jalen Martinez at the line for Niagara. 79% on the season at the free throw line. Played 20 minutes, made the start, and had a team-high 13 points plus 7 rebounds against Merrimack.
Yes, he posted low against the Merrimack zone defense, and it was very effective.
Yeah, he gets some full-court pressure here for the Bobcats. And first time you face pressure, I think it's critical that you'll be able to show the team that this isn't anything that's going to upset you.
Ryan Mabry, Richie Springs in for Quinnipiac. Jaden Zimmerman also on the floor. Springs trying to go backdoor for Mabry, out of bounds, turnover Bobcats.
Yeah, I don't mind the look.
No. Mabry just made a short cut rather than continue.
Yeah, physical mistakes in the game are going to happen, and as long as the dead ball turnovers die, I think you can live with them as a coach.
Absolutely.
Good patience in the low post. Mabry with the defense. Here is Martinez, unable to hit. Ball loose. Mabry comes away with it. Now he leads everything in transition. Monroe lost a defender initially, and a nice job by Adeladoon keeping that one from going out of bounds as he went hard to the floor.
Yeah, like he was playing for the Bills.
Yeah, really good hands down there by the Purple Eagles as they went 4 players, 8 hands on Monroe's dribble underneath the basket.
Here is Davis on the dribble. Mabry trying to get right up into his chest. Inside, everything but the finish. Martinez inside, pump fake, shot no, ball hit in the air. Lewis comes away with it for QU.
Good recognition by Lewis. Really good job by Niagara in transition defense. Lewis pulls it out.
Savion Lewis already 5 assists in this game. Springs from up top, no good. There is Russell on the dribble into the front court.
Niagara trying to get control of the tempo of this game. They prefer to play in a half-court set, take some time off the shot clock, and slow this Quinnipiac transition offense going. Good feed.
Block. Springs on Martinez. Zimmerman Inside, no. Rebound for DeLaDune.
Bobcats 0 for their last 4 and still being in a position where they're still up 8. Refs letting them play a little bit here, which I like.
And the Eagles are trying to attack the glass, but the Bobcats are having their way underneath the paint.
Savion Lewis from about 14 off the mark. And Niagara looking to go the other way. Here is Russell. Doesn't have numbers initially. And we are going the other way. Good job by Quinnipiac. And the foul is going to be called on Josiah Davis.
Yeah, really good job by Jaden Zimmerman giving his body up. I think that's something, quite honestly, that this team, unlike last year's Quinnipiac team, they took a lot of charges. This team blocks a lot of shots. First time I think we've seen Zimmerman take it.
Remember J.J. Riggins?
Oh, no question.
Di beat me to the punch right there. That's where I was going as well.
As soon as he came in, you could bet how many seconds would go by when he would take a charge.
Turnover, Lewis and Quinnipiac. Russell the other way. Otieno the challenge. Russell with the bucket.
Good adjustment by Niagara on that high pick and roll. They dropped a guard in, and Lewis just didn't see it.
Russell last season, or last summer I should say, made his way over to Paris, France for the Olympics. His sister Masai won gold at the 24 Paris Olympics in the 100-meter hurdles.
Won gold in the 100-meter hurdles?
How about that?
Oh, she can run now, huh?
She certainly can, and she can jump.
Oh, my.
Todd Callan, radio voice for Niagara, sharing a story with me. Before the game, he saw Zion on campus. It was at the end of I think the summer break, and went out and said hello, and hey, where are you going? The bags are packed. Hey, I'm going to Paris. You're going to Paris? I'm going to Paris. Got to see Sis.
How great is that?
No, it's
Watch
incredible.
your sister win a medal.
Boy, what an incredible gene pool there.
Here is Russell in the front court. Short, knocking down a 3 earlier. Working, trying to get position down low against Reyes. Long 3 off the mark by McKnight.
I think the one thing we've seen with this Quinnipiac basketball team is when they're good, they're really, really good. But it's like the girl with the curl. When they're not, they go through periods where they're just not able to score the basketball, and this is the 7th possession the Bobcats have without scoring.
That streak is over.
Zimmerman took care of that business.
On cue, they got one. Good basket cut by Zimmerman.
Continues to grow his game, has been in the starting lineup as a first year, coming off the bench, providing a spark. McKnight.
I tell you, he moves so quick on his basket cuts, it's like a German Shepherd is chasing him. Let me get out of the way.
Mabry on the three-point line, gives it up for Lewis. Reyes looking for Mabry, cutting to the basket. Mabry inside, couldn't get the finish, but draws the foul. A couple of Niagara players pleading their case to one of our officials, Brian Zink. With that, we've got a timeout on the floor. 6:45 to go here in the first half. Quinnipiac at home, leading Niagara 27-19.
Push it real good. Who says you can't still push it? That you can't have your cake and look like it too? It's less dad bod and more but let's face it, that revenge bod ain't gonna build itself. And helping you get there, that's our department. What am I saying? It's not even a department. It's our whole freaking store. GNC spent 90 years perfecting the nutrition you need to get that body bigger, stronger, leaner, and popping like never before. You got goals, so let's push it good. We're GNC, baby.
Popeyes has the wing game on lock for your watch party. With 8 crispy, bold Louisiana wing flavors in bone-in or boneless, you just might have everyone chanting MVP in your direction.
Have that chicken from Popeyes.
If you're one of the 70% of adults struggling with their weight, struggling to access care, struggling to find treatment that works, the problem isn't you, it's your health care. HIMSS clears the path to affordable, personalized weight loss plans for those who need them. Through HIMSS, a range of treatment options, including compounded GLP-1 injections, are currently available and ready to be delivered to your door. Real change starts here with HIMSS.
With True Green, we got a golf course quality lawn at a great price.
That's when the golfers showed up.
You planter?
Thank you.
Has anyone seen my ball?
PGA Tour quality lawns for as little as $1 a day.
Where are we playing next?
Get started at TrueGreen.com.
as anybody in the world.
Sean Strickland.
It's about as difficult a matchup the champion could face.
For the love of Fußball, derbies, ultras, and Humba, and every match on ESPN+.
Nothing like in the Bundesliga.
For the love of Bundesliga, exclusively on ESPN+.
Quinnipiac with an 8-point advantage right now. There is our guy from Team Impact, a member of the Quinnipiac University men's basketball program, Javian Arroyo, celebrating birthday number 16 today. Wears his number 8 jersey. Was at Iona, New Rochelle for a road game this year. There's his sister, there's his grandmother, his sister Isabella. To Javian's right, his grandma Sandy, his mom Deja. He was at Iona this year with the family, and it's such, when Javian gives you a hug, it's a hug. And the response with the players, as he's a member of the Bobcats, January of last year from Team Impact, and they've embraced him, and it's just so great to see him game in, game out here at home.
I think it's a part of the behind-the-scenes look at a college basketball team and a program that does more than just play basketball.
And before every game, they go and give him a pound.
He was introduced by Steve Blumenthal.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Jaden is one of 12 Team Impact kids with our sports programs here at Quinnipiac. So 12 of our programs adopted their own, and
program you're very proud of.
They're all in, yeah.
Terrific.
For sure.
You're having a hard day as a student athlete. Javian shows up.
Smile comes on your face.
Smile comes on your face, and the embrace, and the in the locker rooms for the celebrations in the last year plus. Smith getting inside, finishing 8-point game as we come up on 6 to go here in the first half.
Well, you talk about parting of the Red Sea that time. Bad closeout by Mayberry, and then no one was in the way. And straight line cut, they made it look real easy.
And Purple Eagles are unselfish. Whichever guy is open, seeing the ball.
I think that's why you look at their stats, and you have so many of them averaging 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points a game.
Shot clock down to 6. Mayberry for
well
Lewis.
Done. Well done. Unlucky. Good feed by Mayberry. Good cut by
Coach
Lewis.
Pecora had talked about that before the game. He thought Ryan was really a good passer. Probably doesn't get enough credit for his passing skills.
Well, I thought he was really locked in, Di, the last time we played. I think his focus was better. And when he does that, amazing things happen. Another easy miss by the Bobcats. They started off the game 9 for 11 from the field and just 2 for 13 over the course of the last 6 minutes.
Last 2 possessions. Looks at the rim. Reyes on the 3-point line. Now putting the ball on the floor. Gets inside and finishes. Alexis Reyes. He'll celebrate a birthday tomorrow. His first points of the game.
All the attention they put on Monroe. As Lex had the ball, he looked at Monroe. 2 defenders went, and then he took a straight line cut to the basket and finished the play.
And it was nice to see him attack the rim.
Yeah, for sure.
Not settle.
Niagara calling a timeout, a 30-second timeout, and we keep it right here. Bobcats right now leading by 10. Coming up at the half, Billy Mecca will be on the floor addressing the crowd here in Hamden at M&T Bank Arena, and also welcoming in the alumni from the Quinnipiac University men's basketball program over the years. We're going to chat with Will Chapman. A little different for our halftime. Will Chapman is going to join us after you take the picture. Anyone who showed up, anyone that you saw pregame that maybe you didn't know was coming today?
I looked at the list the night before,
okay.
So I mean, everybody obviously I'm familiar with. Some guys I hadn't seen in a minute. But the other part of all this is their family, their friends, and people outside of the ones that put the jersey on that are back, that I've been able to go ahead and also have a relationship with. So it's more than just the former players. It's just about the alumni and the family that's been created, not by me, by this wonderful institution.
Well, I beg to differ. Instead of Billy coming to the floor, Billy owns the floor.
I don't know about that. Too kind.
Alumni Day. Hey, when was the last time you were up at Niagara?
The day I graduated.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Strong take and finish from Alumide Adeladoon.
Adeladoon does a lot of good things out here for the Purple Eagles.
DeLaDune and Jalen Martinez, only players for Coach Paulus who have started every game this season. Zimmerman giving it up for Grant Randall, is checked in for the Bobcats.
Yeah, pressure in Niagara on the offensive end has sped Quinnipiac up a little bit.
Caden Bennett, the block coming from Justice Smith. 5 to shoot for Quinnipiac. Well, Billy played at Niagara 1974-75 through the 76-77 season. First 2 years under Frank Layden. Zimmerman all the way to the rim. 2 defenders there. A lot of contact. Zimmerman to the floor, and now will pop up and take a trip to the free throw line.
And Zimmerman is fearless. You know, when he attacks the paint, he can have a crowd coming in on him. He gets his body in different ways, just contorts it over and up above the rim.
It's like watching, the young ladies on acrobats and tumbling, the young gymnasts, when they just take off and there's no fear. Zimmerman has no fear when he elevates, and he's looking to do things, quite honestly, that most humans can't do.
He can do things. I had this line last night. He can do things that Matt Belanc couldn't do, and Belanc could do a lot of things and be creative when he got in the air.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit taller. His spring is a little bit more. His body's a little bit leaner, but no doubt.
So Billy mentioned Todd Callan, who does radio for Niagara basketball, earlier, and he was talking with you about an article that was done in the Buffalo News from Eric Brady. Behind a paywall, we're going to get to that, but very well done from Eric Brady, who is a terrific writer. He's Buffalo News Now nationally as well over the years with his career.
And I got to give you and Di credit for that story. He had listened to the Canisius game the other night and heard both you and Di mention that there was going to be a day honoring me and my Niagara heritage. He gave me a call yesterday and thought it would be a good time to put an article out there, and I think he did one heck of a job.
I'll read it tomorrow night between 6 and 9 p.m. Eastern. Right, Di?
I think I'll be busy. I'll read it before.
Justice Smith not bailed out, but able to draw the foul. And Smith will have free throws when we come back. Reggie Springs called for the foul. We've got a 6-point game with 3:35 to go here in the opening half.
Quinnipiac is a comprehensive university in the heart of Connecticut. We're focused on helping our students prepare for their careers and to prepare for their lives. Our partnership with M&T is a long-standing, enduring partnership. They have the scale and the resources, but also care deeply about engaging with students, from the M&T Bank Arena to the Centers for Innovation and Entrepreneurship and Women in Business. This impact would not be possible without the partnership of M&T Bank.
Connecticut Realtors know that a home is more than just a place to live. It's the backdrop for your life story. With mortgage interest rates dropping, it's time to start your next chapter. Maybe you're ready to trade up, trade down, or just start a home search. Whether you're buying, selling, or both, we're here to help you every step of the way. With a Connecticut Realtor, it's never a seller's market or a buyer's market. It's always a you market. Contact a Connecticut Realtor today.
Queen, Billy Mecca and Diane Nolan. I'm Steve Lennox. Glad to have you with us on this Saturday. Billy will be part of the halftime presentation and ceremony. The Quinnipiac men's basketball program celebrating their alumni. Billy from Niagara, folks, to Hamden, Connecticut in the late 1970s. We've touched on it quite often. From Coach Wooten at DeMatha to Coach Layden at Niagara. And then he departed from Niagara. Did you have anything to do with that? You had a lot to do with that.
Look, there's a bridge up in Niagara called the Rainbow Bridge. And I took that Rainbow Bridge from Niagara to Quinnipiac because Quinnipiac's been my pot of gold. And it's been nothing I could have ever imagined. But as I look back, by God's grace, I'm here.
And you were coached by Bert Kahn here at Quinnipiac.
Another legend. So my pedigree is really good, but none of it would have happened without my Lord and Savior.
Amen.
So with this one, Otieno and Monroe for Quinnipiac, Paul and Amari, got off to great starts. Quinnipiac scoring early and often, and you've mentioned it, lulls on occasion.
Oh,
as
no,
Smith is at the line.
And no doubt. And, you know, you get Otieno on the bench with 2 personal fouls, got him early, and he hasn't been back in. And Quinnipiac has struggled since he's left out. And the only true offensive player that's been dominant has been Monroe. So I give all the credit in the world to Niagara. You look at their games, and all of them are within 5, 6, 7 points. So it's a really competitive team.
10 games this season, decided by 5 points or less for Greg Paulus and the Purple Eagles. Springs gave up his dribble, then giving it up, and now a foul on Quinnipiac, and they are off the bench for the visitors in Niagara right now. Remember, Coach Paulus early on in the season as the Bobcats jumped out to the early lead, 5 for 5, went to the bench. Nice to have that luxury on occasion to send that message, and message received.
But he's done it in earlier games. So they're familiar with those substitutions. And you know, when you are coaching new people, you know what you want, and sometimes sitting down, telling them, giving them a break is the best lesson.
Their half-court defense has been, since that substitution, is better than Quinnipiac's half-court offense. They're getting over top of screens that the majority of teams don't do, which was the frustration which Richie Springs had. And a timeout here by Tom Pecora, who's got to stop this run somehow.
Coach Pecora is not happy on the defensive end.
We are going to keep it right here. That 3 making it a 1-point game.
Well, if you think back to the last few Bobcat possessions, they got into the paint, they were around the rim, they hung on the rim and fell out. So the last 3 shots were not really bad shots. They just didn't finish, which is sometimes one of their problems.
Right, and you can't let the frustration of not scoring on the offensive end affecting what you're doing on the defensive end, and I think that's why TP called that timeout, to remind the kids the one thing you can always control is effort and intensity and communication on the defensive end. Bobcats have lost that based on their lack of production on the offensive end, but kudos to Paulus and his staff and those Niagara Purple Eagles, because they've come out with a little bit of bark.
They didn't get down with the early lead.
And we mentioned it with Canisius. This Niagara team, 14 new players this year. Picked to finish 8th in the preseason coaches poll. No players on the preseason All-MAC teams. And with the 14 new players, 10 transfers and 4 first-year players, when the starters went to the bench and the effort was given by the reserves that came onto the floor early in this game, the starters were applauding the effort. So they are connected.
Well, they go against each other every day in practice. So, and the Bobcats are just out of sync, trying to do too much one-on-one, trying to make a play instead of letting an offensive system help you out.
Davis against Zimmerman. Quinnipiac, empty trip out of the timeout. Zimmerman with the personal foul, 17th foul, so a 1-on-1 situation coming up here for Josiah Davis. Young man from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. And Davis starting in his 14th game for the Purple Eagles. Missed time in November and December with an injury. Thursday against Merrimack had 11 points and 4 rebounds. Did foul out of that game and hits on the first.
You're going to get some full court pressure here for Niagara. And I think, look at those Sharks smell blood. And Niagara is going to come with Paulus to try to go ahead and close out this half with a little bit of momentum.
Second free throw good for Davis, and with that free throw, Niagara, its first lead of the game. Grant Randall to the bench. Caden Bennett back on the floor for the Bobcats.
Coach Pecora brings back another handling guard.
And Bobcats got to find a way to get the ball to Amari Monroe, who hasn't touched it in quite a bit.
Lewis on the handoff for Monroe, gives it up for Bennett. Paulo Otieno, great start, 4 of 5 from the field, 9 points, hit a 3 to open up for Quinnipiac. On the benches, Billy mentioned with 2 fouls, and there is Jaden Zimmerman finishing at the rim.
Yeah, really good job that time by probing by Lewis, pulling it out to the corner, and then again, another basket cut by Zimmerman.
Smith goes 6'6", listed as a wing. Does a nice job handling the ball. Quinnipiac in the zone on this trip down the floor. Zone was effective against Canisius a couple of nights ago. Inside challenge. Adela Dune. And Bennett comes away with it.
Tough possession for the Purple Eagles. They had all the effort underneath. They couldn't get it done.
Savion Lewis draws the foul hard to the floor. And slow to get up. A couple of teammates come over.
He fell on his elbow.
Yeah, it looks like his elbow a little bit. Wanted to sit there. And
Savion to his feet. Saw his father Jeff before the game.
Always with a smile.
Shaking out that right arm. And Lewis at the line for 2 free throws. 6 assists for Savion Lewis. 9 assists for Quinnipiac so far in this game on 13 made field goals.
And his pop, Jeff, is part of this Quinnipiac family.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
and he feels that way, you can tell.
I mean, he's in the locker room, he's in pregame talks, and, you know, that open concept that Coach Pecor has created for this Quinnipiac team is all about family.
One more for Savion. Short on the second one. 2-point Quinnipiac lead. Under 90 seconds to go here in the opening half. Bobcats' largest lead, 12. Niagara led 33-32 a couple of moments ago on free throws from Davis. That lead was short-lived. Smith off glass. Look at that.
Well, Smith knew he was being defended by Lewis. A little bit of a mismatch height-wise. Put a lot of air underneath that ball.
And Smith pleading his case with the officials. Foul. Under a minute to go. 35-35. First and only meeting of the regular season, Niagara and Quinnipiac. Zimmerman to the basket, giving Quinnipiac the lead once again.
The one thing you can't teach, Di, you can't teach speed. You either got speed or you don't have speed. That speed and quickness Zimmerman has.
How about the hesitation at the rim?
And again, it was a dead dribble by Savion Lewis and almost a 5-second count when he picked it up.
Smith giving it up, 13 to shoot. Marshall, hard to the basket. And that basket falling off. It's going to be free throws here. 18th foul on the Bobcats in the act of shooting, so 2 free throws.
Coach Pecor thought he just lost his footing. It wasn't fouled.
Right, it looked like he might have traveled. And again, it was awkward, and I guess that's the call that the officials got to make. Was it awkward because he got pushed, or was it awkward just because it was awkward? They chose that he had got fouled.
Marshall again coming off the bench for Coach Paulus and the Purple Eagles. Hits on the first free throw. Now 56 of 68 on the season at the line for Marshall. Niagara 5 of 10 on the three-point line. Perfect at the free throw line so far. Quinnipiac 4 of 7 on threes. And 3 of those from Amari Monroe, the other from Paul Otieno.
And Bobcats will have an opportunity to take this last shot in the first half.
Savion Lewis directing traffic. Guarded by Smith. Game clock down to 10 seconds. Mabry looking to set a screen. Lewis, hard charge inside, lost it, got it back, called for the travel. Niagara will take over with 5.8 on the clock.
Well, I'd love to see that again. I think it looked like a travel, but I'm not so sure he really shuffled both of his feet. I think.
No, I don't think he did.
I think his pivot foot stayed where it was supposed to stay. A good chance to take a look. Good hard move. Jump stop. He might have slid. I know his left move. I couldn't tell if his right move, but it looked awkward, so if it looks awkward, he's going to get a call. I couldn't see the feet.
And we are going to go to a review here.
I think they're going to review is nothing more than taking a look
at the
clock to find how much time. We'll get a chance to look at that again. Comes to a jump stop, and he did slide. I think he slid both. He moved his left and slid his right. One you could have let go, but I think one that just looked awkward.
Hey, what's a question I can ask Will Chapman for our halftime interview?
Why does he continue to come back after all these years? What is it about this place that has him come back and be such a strong presence for Quinnipiac and Quinnipiac basketball?
Love it. 6.2 on the clock. That's what they went to the monitor for. So all the time in the world right now If you're Niagara and you're the Purple Eagles down by 12 here in the first half, you now have an opportunity to go into the locker room with the lead.
And the ball to start the second half. So you get a chance to build here with the play.
In the front court, Williamson, 2 defenders there. Shot falls off the rim. Gotta look. Why not? Let's go to the half. Tied at 37 as Billy Mecca is going to take off the headset. And we're going to have Billy and his address to the alumni here at Quinnipiac and the crowd as well. Quinnipiac.
You're not supposed to be able to play with blood. You got blood, you might have to take a walk away.
Get Sarah over here.
We saw the first half stats right there. Again, 37-37. Bobcats 56%. Niagara 43% from the field.
And Niagara's just been more consistent, I guess, other than that first 3 minutes of the game. They've been able to go ahead and really put on a really good performance and really carrying the momentum in the half, and great start to the second half.
Deladoon knocking down the three-pointer.
The Bobcats came in the beginning of the game, were really firing from the three, and that has been lost in the middle of the first half.
Well, they're playing a lot more. I would say Niagara is really starting to play with a little more focus and determination. And listen, I said it before, when sharks are in the water and they smell blood, they're going to attack. And Bobcats have got to do something where they take control emotionally on this game.
Monroe able to come down with it with contact. Monroe with the basket. 16 for Amari Monroe. First points here in the second half. Got off to a great start. Then Niagara really got going on him. Quinnipiac down by 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure they guarded him. I just think Quinnipiac went away from him. And they never went back to him. Everybody was trying to do hero ball instead of playing team ball.
Lob inside. Martinez kicks it to Page on the three-point line. Back to Jaylon Martinez against Otieno, playing with 2 personal fouls. Ball coming in our direction. Amari Monroe veered off, and who caught the basketball? The point guard, Billy Mecca.
I was throwing that to Amari, man, but he wasn't ready.
Oh, no, you weren't giving it up.
Listen, I was giving it to Amari.
You weren't taking the shot.
No,
you weren't giving it up.
No, I never shot, man. If I shot and missed, I came out.
AD, Adrian Dantley, Kenny Carr, Amari Monroe. Billy was ready for the assist.
Oh, Amari was going to get that and dunk.
I was just glad Amari veered off.
And
I wasn't taking a charge, guys.
And I had a pen in my hand and still caught it.
Good defense by Quinnipiac. And the dunk coming right there from our guy, Josiah Davis.
Hey, really good job by the Purple Eagles splitting that trap down there, getting out and then having an open look the rest of the way.
Otieno up top. Knocks down his second free of the game. We are tied at 42. 5-5 here in the second.
Hey, listen, he's so critical of what Quinnipiac does, especially on a night where he came out on fire, right? So, again, my worst nightmare is he picks up his third and is not allowed to stay in this basketball game because of the Diane Nolan rule.
The block from Paul Otieno.
No, actually, it's a coach's rule, and you know that.
I'm teasing. Everything I say about you is out of love and respect.
Savion Lewis missing on the jumper. Jaylon Martinez, the rebound for the Purple Eagles.
Purple Eagles have really kicked up their defense.
Bobcats not attacking the offensive glass typically like we see. Only 1 offensive rebound in the first half, and this is a team that leads the conference in offensive rebounds. So Niagara's done a really good job on the defensive boards.
On the wing, a Deladoon with 3 on the shot clock, misses on the jumper. Weak side rebound, Savion Lewis.
Or has Quinnipiac done a bad job taking shots that they're not supposed to take? And that's why you don't get offensive rebounds.
Backdoor finish, Amari Monroe. Assist, Savion Lewis, Quinnipiac by 2.
The connection of those two really is something to watch.
Talent and talent. Got you, Batman and Robin.
Savion Lewis, 8 assists of the game. At 8 assists in the victory against Canisius on Thursday. Shot clock at 6. Martinez against Otieno, unable to get it to fall. The putback right there from Josiah Davis.
I don't know how he got in there, but he was wide enough in there in between Bennett and Lewis that he was able to elevate and get an easy one.
Had the dunk a few possessions ago for Niagara. Lewis on the baseline for Caden Bennett. Monroe. Otieno hits on his third three of the game.
And Paulo's just clapping, saying, hey, listen, that's not part of our scout.
No.
So if that's what Quinnipiac wants to do, let the big fella shoot it. We'll be okay. Let's just do us. Bobcats haven't been able to get back-to-back stops. They've been talking about turkeys where you get 3 stops in a row. They ain't been able to get 2 in a row.
Almost got a possession there. The 3 from the corner from a Deladoon.
And that was a loose ball. And Niagara is jumping all over it, making the right pass, getting the right shot.
We got ourselves a ball game that's going to go down to the end of the game. It's not one that anybody's going to be able to run away from and hide and seek.
Otieno for Monroe. Monroe on the pull-up from about 15, hits it, 20 for Amari Monroe. Remember, 4 of the previous 5 games establishing a new career high 29 Thursday against Canisius.
I'd be surprised to see his zone defense here.
Right now.
Bobcats have not been able to stop Niagara in a half-court man, so they changed defenses.
Martinez into Otieno trying to go off glass. Snowball batted up and tipped towards the rim and out of bounds to Quinnipiac. And with that, we'll take a breath. 14:43 to go in regulation. Quinnipiac going into the timeout, up by 2.
3, 2, 1, start. Start going and throwing and skiing and seeing. Start leaping and lunging. Start splashing and dashing and stretching and fetching. Start living your best, most active life at Connecticut's best orthopedic destination. Home of every top orthopedic award, top patient satisfaction ratings, and a top spine and joint replacement program. When you're ready to get moving again, start at the top. Connecticut Orthopedic Institute.
Family time. Work deadlines. Trips to grandma's house. Life doesn't come with a pause button. The last thing you need is the burden of treating an orthopedic injury. That's why Connecticut Orthopedics always puts you first. We'll diagnose your injury, develop a custom treatment plan, and put you on the path to recovery. This is expert orthopedic care without the hassle, and it's only at Connecticut Orthopedics, where we're moving forward together.
Bacon. Good morning, everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Oh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Quinnipiac's Paulo Otieno, most of his points usually come from in close, 2 to 3 feet away from the basket. Not today. He's been dialing up from downtown.
Well, I think what I love about Paul, I think he's a really good shooter. He makes free throws like Di said the other night, but he's not second-guessing and waiting to shoot the ball. If they're not going to play you, he shoots it right away, which gets him into that rhythm. Sometimes early, Di, he waits to see, should I, shouldn't I? Not tonight.
And the first one went in with ease, and that gives you the confidence. Okay, the second one went with ease. The third one, why not?
Once you see the ball go through that net, you believe that thing as big as a sewer.
Out of the timeout, Jaden Zimmerman into the game for Quinnipiac. Will Short on the floor for the Purple Eagles. Turnover out of the timeout in transition. Strong to the basket. The block by Otieno against Marshall.
How many blocks does Otieno have?
And the block there from Short. Otieno today, that looks like his second.
Second?
Yes.
Who's keeping stats?
He walls him up.
Come on, Nick Solari.
Straight
You got
up.
more than 2 blocks.
You know Nick is honest.
Now 44 on the season. Top 5 in Quinnipiac basketball history in block shots.
Oh, Nick just pointed his hand at Cam. Cam Boone, a.k.a. Young George Clooney, is the one that's keeping the stats. Come on, Clooney.
Adela Doon giving it up on the three-point line. Justice Smith against Bennett. Niagara 8-14 on the season, 3-8 in the MAC. They need victories to get in the top 10. Right now, outside looking in. When it comes to the MAC tournament, 10 teams will go to Atlantic City. 3 teams will call it a season in early March. Deflection, steal, Amari Monroe leads the MAC in that category. For Caden Bennett, who goes inside, attacks hard. Can't finish on the dunk, and he wanted that one. And Caden Bennett fouled on his trip now to the free throw line.
And a good feed from Monroe.
I mean, really good hands again by the leading stealer in Quinnipiac basketball on a really good feed here. And I tell you what, I love the young guy, KB, trying to go ahead and dunk that, but guess what I want?
A layup and
I want
right
a
through.
layup,
Yes.
man. I want a layup.
You just wanted to go through.
So Michael Petito, member, a student at Quinnipiac, writes for the Quinnipiac Chronicle, highlighting Caden Bennett this week. Talked about his positive attitude last year, first year at Quinnipiac, adversity, learned from it. Learned a lot from the leaders on the team, Savion Lewis and Matt Belanca, who's now playing professionally in Europe. And Amari Monroe had a quote in there, and he said, "I'm so proud of that kid."
I saw that. Kid.
I'm so proud of that kid.
I love it. I think that's a Texas thing. Kid.
Bennett hits on the second. TP Tom Bacora also said of Caden Bennett in Michael Petito's article in the QU Chronicle, does all the little things a player needs to do to be great. He's had a terrific sophomore year here in Hamden with the Bobcats at Quinnipiac.
The Purple Eagles were ready for the Bobcat press. Got set up, got the ball in the backcourt to the front court very easily.
Quinnipiac leading by 4, led by 12 in the first half. Short inside. Foul is going to be called.
Not on the way up, is it?
Foul on Jaden Zimmerman, and 2 free throws coming up for the Purple Eagles.
A little late on that drop. Really good job on it in a high dribble screen. And
I thought he got him before the shot.
Yeah, so did I, but I guess they gave it to him. But you look at Monroe, Otieno, and Lex Reyes now going to Zimmerman on that, saying, hey, Jay-Z, that's your job.
Yes.
You've got to be there to stop that. We're doing our job, but you can't execute 3 ways in a 4-man play. Zimmerman's got to drop back, so good teacher moment there.
Will Short from Sydney, Australia. Played at IMG Academy in Florida before coming to Niagara. First-year player, 6'8".
Yeah, pretty good.
Niagara number 11 in the MAC in rebounding. Quinnipiac number 1 in rebounding. Quinnipiac 18-17 lead in that category in this game.
They just haven't been able to go ahead and get it done on the offensive glass like they typically do.
Well, remember, Paul's been taking some outside shots, and he's the leading rebounder underneath the strings. So he's been out more on the perimeter today.
Quinnipiac, 12 assists, 19 made field goals. Bennett triggering the inbound, going high. Reyes came away with it. Now a lob pass for Zimmerman. He almost lost it. Otieno is right there. Right place, right time. Paulo Otieno now 7 of 9 from the field and 17.
He had played a game when we were young called hot potato. You had to get it out of your hand before the buzzer blew off, and Quinnipiac was able to put it in Bennett's hand and be able to finish the play. They have not been able to get a stop, Di, when they needed to stop after a score.
And they've changed defenses. Now they're in the zone.
Smith regroups. Shot clock now inside of 10 for the Purple Eagles. Up top, three-pointer is good for Jaden Marshall.
Come on, Jaden Marshall putting on a show.
Again, 14 new players for Niagara. Our only look at them this year, Di has probably seen them 8 times on film. But they're connected, and they do not play, and Tom Bacora said this a couple of times, they don't play like their record at 8-14. Canisius didn't either a couple of nights ago, but these guys, there's just, hyperbole or not, they enjoy playing this game. They're having fun out here.
And you don't see Niagara taking a shot like Quinnipiac just took in an offensive possession. All 5 are touching it. They really have a good idea. Their spacing on the offensive end, I think, is outstanding. I don't know how they're in a position where they're fighting to make a playoff berth.
Short, fouled, again, great ball movement by Niagara. And with that whistle, free throws coming up on the other side. We've got a timeout. Quinnipiac here at home on Alumni Day, up by 1 as Tom Bacora right now is giving it to one of our officials, Dave Powell.
Well, he's upset that they didn't call a foul on Niagara coming through that screen, and they just let it go. You had a lot of contact. Paulus clearly wants, and his staff wants it to go the other way, but clearly they needed something.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $289 per month lease on a 2025 HR-V all-wheel drive Sport.
If you're one of the 70% of adults struggling with their weight, struggling to access care, struggling to find treatment that works, the problem isn't you, it's your health care. HIMSS clears the path to affordable, personalized weight loss plans for those who need them. Through HIMSS, a range of treatment options, including compounded GLP-1 injections, are currently available and ready to be delivered to your door. Real change starts here with HIMSS.
With True Green, we got a golf course quality lawn at a great price.
That's when the golfers showed up.
Whoa, she's a beaut.
I told ya. And because True Green does all the work, we get more family time.
Did you know it was this kind of tea time?
Everybody knew. Good luck with that.
They're actually kind of helpful.
And our lawn has never looked better.
You playing through?
PGA Tour quality lawns for as little as $1 a day.
Fairways look great.
Get started at TrueGreen.com.
It's League One volleyball. 6 teams, 6 cities, set it off.
Atlanta, Austin, Houston, Madison, Omaha, Salt Lake.
Exclusively on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
PGA Tour Live on ESPN Plus. It's a full season, and it's all here on ESPN Plus. I just can't get enough.
Steve Lennox, Billy Mecca, Diane Nolan from M&T Bank Arena in Hamden, Connecticut. Bobcats looking to improve to 11-2 in conference play after today's 7 left on the schedule at Sacred Heart next Friday on Valentine's Day. That game on ESPNU. Then home a week from tomorrow, a week after the Super Bowl against Iona. That's going to be a fun one after Quinnipiac won a hard-fought game against Iona in New Rochelle earlier in the season in conference play.
And I saw Iona the other night again. It buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater, yes. And how about your guy from
St. Mary's?
Fairfield?
Mr. Perry.
Mr.
Dion.
Perry.
Mr. Perry
from 70.
75.
70, 75, 75.
Yeah, well, let's just say 75. It sounds more impressive.
Yes.
It was 75.
Will Short at the line out of the timeout. He has 2 free throws here.
10 for 10 for the Purple Eagles from the line.
And you talk about their collectiveness, 9 players have scored for the Purple Eagles.
And you looked at their numbers, and that's what they do. But they're playing very well this afternoon.
To that point, I want to bring up Monroe, 20, Otieno, 17. Everyone else, Zimmerman has 7. Does Quinnipiac need a third scorer here with under 11.5 to go? Do they need to have a reliable third option here?
I think what they really need, I don't really care about the offensive end because those 2 can carry the offense. They're getting hurt on the defensive end. They need 5 guys defensively playing together. Offense will come.
Niagara 5 of 11 from the field here in the second half. Quinnipiac 6 of 11. Zimmerman, again a hard take. Wanted the and one.
Yeah, maybe goaltend. You see Zimmerman saying goaltend there, maybe on the bounce, but then it appears they're going to take a peek at it.
Dye is a head coach. We saw Tom Bacora going into the last timeout. He kept that conversation going with Dave Powell, one of our officials, for a long time. As you're trying to make that point over and over, and it was the same point wanting a foul call.
Well, you want to make sure that your team is getting the calls that they should. And he, I think, disagreed with the call, and he wanted to make sure that his take was taken.
And make no mistake about it. That work with the officials,
part of the game,
really wasn't about that play there. It was about what's going to happen
going
down
forward.
The road. And I think he got into him pretty good, but the respect that Pecora has from the officials based on him being a vet and seeing these guys at all different levels.
Yeah. He does it the right way.
Yeah, the refs let them say his piece.
Smith missing from up top. Reyes the rebound for Quinnipiac.
I like the Bobcats in the zone defense today. I just don't think they've been able to figure out a way
to stop.
Half court to stop.
Curly Neal, Savion Lewis.
I love it.
Went down to a knee, had it poked away. Good defense coming. It was Smith now in transition. Niagara going the other way. Davis jumping in the air, feeds it off to Williamson.
Good job by Quinnipiac recovering that time on a transition opportunity for the Bobcats.
Plenty of time for Niagara. Quinnipiac by 2. Davis, shot clock at 7. Backing down against Lewis. Josiah Davis gives it to the three-point line, short, underneath, and the whistle.
And Paulus and his staff saying, hey, maybe he got fouled on the three-point. I think it was a good non-call by the officials. And
Purple goes on the line on the rebound.
The mistake that Lewis made last time for Quinnipiac is I think he had a good penetrating dribble, but you can never pick your dribble up unless you know what you want to do.
He was waiting for cutters, and they never came.
Just keep your bounce and dribble it back out.
Under 10 to go. Alumni Day for Quinnipiac men's basketball. Otieno working against Short. Baby hook is good for Paul Otieno. He's got 19 right behind Monroe's got 20 for Quinnipiac.
I'll say this again. I said it all year. Post Otieno, give him the ball, and let's just see what happens.
Well, 2 possessions ago, Savion Lewis looked over at Paul and said, roll, get on the block, I'll get you the ball.
Yeah, post up down there and let him make a play.
Short inside, keeps the pivot foot. Monroe trying to take it away, does. Took it right out of his hands.
Monroe did a good job of not fouling, just grabbing at the ball.
Count it, and a foul.
Yeah, Paul. Good feed by Lewis as always, but the big fella today is doing work.
Yes, he is. And that time rolling to the basket.
You
Lewis
have
getting
no
him the ball.
idea how hard it is. Start with Monroe, again with another steal as he continues to lead the charts. But watch this on a pick and roll. Watch the feed and the bounce off and the finish.
And the strength of Paul underneath the basket. I mean, people bounce off of him.
Yeah, and he flexed a little bit. You see the muscles?
Absolutely.
I'm running away. I see that.
Otieno completes the three-point play. Bobcats with a little breathing room, up by 7, approaching 9 minutes remaining.
They'll get a timeout here by Paulus. Quinnipiac went up 10. Paulus called a timeout. Quinnipiac goes up 7. Paulus has a timeout. That dude is a really good basketball coach.
Otieno.
Absolutely.
Otieno now at 21, his season high 22 at home against Merrimack. With that, timeout on the floor.
When I said I wanted more, I meant more everything.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. Now with Donato's new $5 Pizza Pals menu, order a large pizza and add on your choice from lots of your Donato's favorites for just $5. The new $5 Pizza Pals menu. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donato's. Gotta love more.
If you're one of the 70% of adults struggling with their weight, struggling to access care, struggling to find treatment that works, the problem isn't you, it's your health care. HIMSS clears the path to affordable, personalized weight loss plans for those who need them. Through HIMSS, a range of treatment options, including compounded GLP-1 injections, are currently available and ready to be delivered to your door. Real change starts here with HIMSS.
With True Green, we got a golf course quality lawn at a great price.
That's when the golfers showed up.
You pointer?
Thank you.
Has anyone seen my ball?
PGA Tour quality lawns for as little as $1 a day.
Where are we playing next?
Get started at TrueGreen.com.
It's League One volleyball. 6 teams, 6 cities, set it off.
Atlanta, Austin, Houston, Madison, Omaha, Salt Lake.
Exclusively on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
The Octagon has returned to the land down under. Drake is Duplessis.
He is as good as anybody in the world.
Sean Strickland.
It's about as difficult a matchup the champion could face.
Sean Wei.
She's a special athlete.
Tatiana Suarez.
Who's about to ride?
Quinnipiac and Niagara here in Hamden on the men's side in the MAC. Quinnipiac, Niagara up in Buffalo on the women's side. Quinnipiac trying to run the table in Western New York, leading Niagara 58-34. That game's got 6:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Carson Martin having a trip to Western New York. She's got 17.
We may have to put some snow in Hamden for Carson Martin these days.
We're going to get some.
Apparently. Out of the timeout. Quinnipiac 7-0 run, up by 7, here at home against Niagara on Alumni Day.
How about a stop here?
Niagara's gone over 2.5 minutes without scoring. Smith, good help by Otieno. Ball on the floor, shot clock violation, 10th turnover of the game for Niagara, and the Bobcats are starting to put together those stops in the defensive end that you were looking for.
They had to get a connection. Now, unfortunately, I think the connection die started because the ball went in the basket. But if that's going to use the momentum, then you know what?
Doesn't matter.
So be it, right?
You do you.
Amen.
4 lead changes, 7 ties in this one. Bobcats have led for over 25 minutes. Savion Lewis, shot blocked out of bounds. 21 to shoot for Quinnipiac.
Yeah, I love Lewis going to the hole, and I love 3 people trying to block the shot. Now, if he gets it on the board, that's an offensive rebound for Quinnipiac.
Savion Lewis on the inbounds. 9 assists for the point guard, Savion Lewis. Here's Amari Monroe. Gets inside to the low block. Ball batted. Good defense for Niagara. And a De La Dune.
The Eagles have done a good job on baseline out of bounds defense today.
They really have.
Yes.
Really valid point.
Quinnipiac 7-point lead. Monroe picks it up off the floor, and a foul is going to be called. Our lower third graphic with the score is fouling us right now. 60-53, Quinnipiac leading Niagara.
And you're just not good at taking ball out of people's hands or slapping the ball out. That's something you work on every day.
Otieno, short, rebound into the hands of Page. Niagara's gone over 3 minutes without scoring. Lost at Merrimack on Thursday. It's no longer a Connecticut trip. They've already made a trip. There's the big man Martinez inside the paint, had position, missed the shot against Otieno, trying to go back up. No good. Amari Monroe says, nope, you're done. We're going the other way.
I need a bucket here if you're Quinnipiac. Niagara's still hanging around.
Savion Lewis inside for Otieno. Mabry in the game for Quinnipiac. 7.5 to go. Lewis, bounce pass. Otieno to the line. Martinez picks up the foul for Niagara. Quinnipiac right now leading by 7 here at home. Purple Eagles have gone almost 4 minutes without scoring. Timeout on the floor.
Quinnipiac is a comprehensive university in the heart of Connecticut. We're focused on helping our students prepare for their careers and to prepare for their lives. Our partnership with M&T is a long-standing, enduring partnership. They have the scale and the resources, but also care deeply about engaging with students, from the M&T Bank Arena to the Centers for Innovation and Entrepreneurship and Women in Business. This impact would not be possible without the partnership of M&T Bank.
Connecticut Realtors know that a home is more than just a place to live. It's the backdrop for your life story. With mortgage interest rates dropping, it's time to start your next chapter. Maybe you're ready to trade up, trade down, or just start a home search. Whether you're buying, selling, or both, we're here to help you every step of the way. With a Connecticut Realtor, it's never a seller's market or a buyer's market. It's always a you market. Contact a Connecticut Realtor today.
Quinnipiac 60-53 advantage here at home against Niagara on Alumni Day for Quinnipiac men's basketball. Mention on the women's side, Quinnipiac at Niagara today and leading 62-36 with under 5 to go in regulation. Women's team right now 18-3 overall, 10-2 in the MAC. Gail Raviv had 19. Carson Martin had 18 in the victory against Canisius on Thursday. Bobcats home next Thursday. We'll have it on ESPN Plus against Sacred Heart. Bobcats are going to try to run the table against the Pioneers, winning at Sacred Heart down in Fairfield earlier in the season.
And that's hard to do, to sweep up in Buffalo.
I would agree, Don.
Not many teams are able to do that. And for the Bobcats to come home with 2 victories, it's really admirable.
Otieno adding to his total.
I would say, and I've said this, I think my whole career, I believe 90% of the games won in college basketball are won before you get off the bus.
Yes.
And I think the team that has the most talent typically has an opportunity to win no matter where they play.
9-point Quinnipiac lead. 3-pointer off the mark from Adeladoon.
That's the first one the Purple Eagles haven't knocked down when they needed the basket.
Now 8 of 17 on the 3-point line. Monroe inside, good defense. Otieno there. Short will pick up the personal foul. And Otieno back to the free throw line for Quinnipiac.
That play happens because of Amari Monroe's quickness and going up. Really good hands by the Purple Eagles blocking a shot, but then a good pursuit to the ball, Di. We talked a little bit about in order to recover fumbles, and hopefully the Eagles don't fumble tomorrow, but you've got to move with your whole body to recover fumbles and not reach.
And you can't reach, exactly. You cannot reach. You got to get underneath the ball, and you got to fall on the ball tomorrow.
Now, I was going to root for Kansas City.
Well,
but based on how nice you've been to me over the last 2 or 3 days, fly, Eagles, fly.
Absolutely.
And I was going to ask, are you
one-timers? Don't worry.
Were you changing your thought process there, not only for Diane, but with Keith as well, because Keith is decked out today in the Eagles gear.
I want to beat Keith so I can get them 2 Gatorades. Trust me.
Big bucket right there for the Purple Eagles, 64-55 Quinnipiac, under 6.5 remaining.
Yeah, big basket there by the Purple Eagles, one they needed.
Otieno into short. Count it for Paul Otieno as he continues to help lead the way for the Bobcats. Double-digit lead.
Ever since Savion went to Paul and said, roll off the high screen, he's fed him the last 3 times.
Short faces up. Kicks it back to the 3-point line. Jumper is good. DeAndre McKnight with the bucket.
Really good job by McKnight. Not taking a 3. Hard close out there down by Lewis. Get him off the 3-point line, but a really good job from 15 feet. Pressure's going to increase here by the Purple Eagles. Advantage Bobcats have now here. That's a deep shot by Mabry.
Off the mark. Adeladoon giving it up. Here's Russell in the front court for Niagara.
I think you get half-court pressure that time, spread out. Mabry can get that shot die whenever he wants. Only 3 seconds off the shot clock.
Page in the paint in front of Otieno, hits on the shot. Page with a bucket, his first points of the game. Averages almost 6 per game for Niagara.
Well, Niagara now is going to the mid-range game. Before they were more on the outside from the stripe. Now they're seeing openings in the lane.
Savion Lewis, 10-plus assists for the 5th time in his Quinnipiac career. Monroe for Mabry. Here's Lewis, backdoor, throw it down, Mr. Zimmerman.
No! Jay-Z. OMG.
And the crowd came on their feet.
So did I.
Short at the elbow, giving it up. Lewis falling down against Page. They feed the corner. 3-pointer is good for Adeladoon. And with that timeout, Niagara, 2-possession game, down by 6. They're bringing the chairs out. With that, we take a timeout as well. Quinnipiac at home on Alumni Day, leading 68-62 against Niagara.
Hey man, ever since you tried Zesty Hidden Valley Ranch, I feel like you've been a bigger fan of that than the closers.
How could you say that? What?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Oh, this is my flavor.
If you're one of the 70% of adults struggling with their weight, struggling to access care, struggling to find treatment that works, the problem isn't you, it's your health care. HIMSS clears the path to affordable, personalized weight loss plans for those who need them. Through HIMSS, a range of treatment options, including compounded GLP-1 injections, are currently available and ready to be delivered to your door. Real change starts here with Hims.
It's the return of women's college hoops. Ready to run it back?
Are you kidding me?
With the game's brightest stars.
She is going to put on a show tonight.
Must-see matchups and off-the-charts hype.
This is what we came to see. Let's go!
All season long on the networks of ESPN.
The Octagon has returned to the land down under. Drake is Duplessis.
He's as good as anybody in the world.
Sean Strickland.
It's about as difficult a matchup the champion could face.
Zhang Wei Li.
She's a special athlete.
Tatiana Suarez.
This is an ESPN Sonic blockbuster. Whoa!
This is star power from the jump. The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
Well, Niagara had a spell there where they went 3+ minutes without scoring, now hitting on 4 of their last 5 shots. 2-possession game, 68-62. 3 timeouts remaining for Quinnipiac, 1 timeout remaining for Niagara. Purple Eagles, 17 fouls. Quinnipiac, just 2.
And the Purple Eagles will set up their full court press, try to get a steal in the backcourt.
Omadide's made some really big shots for Niagara when they needed it, right? I mean, again, there's a 9-point game. He makes a 3, cuts it to 6, and all of a sudden you got yourself a ball game. Yeah, Bobcats just can't continue against pressure.
They can't throw it in that corner.
Strong
side corner.
Strong side corner too deep. It's pull that line back a little bit, Di, so they're not catching the ball in the corner.
Adeladoon guarding the inbounder, Monroe. Bennett over the top for Zimmerman. Savion Lewis right now getting a breather on the bench. Monroe all the way inside. Shot falls off. Ball batted around into the hands of the Purple Eagles and Davis.
Hey, Quinnipiac bench looking for a little bit of a foul there on contact by Monroe.
Davis getting inside, tried to throw it to the 3-point line. It was deflected. Justice Smith against Bennett with the shot clock inside of 10. Davis misses on the 3. Amari Monroe picks off the rebound, 9th of the game, closing in on another double-double.
One of the few misses for Niagara on a must basket. Ball didn't fall in.
Bennett kept his pivot foot off glass and in. Caden Bennett with the bucket. He's got 4 points. That's his first made field goal. Previous 2 points at the line.
He willed that.
Blood.
He willed that.
Well, look at his body bounce. When
he willed that ball into the basket.
When the ball left his hand, he was in balance.
And he was able to deliver a little protection with that left shoulder and be able to finish. Go ahead, Steve.
With Caden Bennett, I'm going to say Jalen Brunson, and just hear me out for a moment. Not trying to extend that to, but he's got balance in terms of his strength in the lower half and his upper half, and the upper body.
I'm saying other than the hair, no comparison.
I was too. No offense.
Again, just the strength. He's got almost equal strength, lower half.
All right.
That to me is something that always has impressed me with Jalen Brunson.
You want me to agree? I'll agree.
Okay. You're feeling good today on Alumni
Yes.
Day.
Thank you. I agree.
Bobcats are trying to close out a victory against your alma mater. 3-pointer from Adeladoon.
Adeladoon.
He's having a day.
Man.
Adeladoon and Niagara not going anywhere. Under 3 to go. 5-point game. Again, 10 games decided by 5 points or less for Niagara. They've been here before. Strong drive finish by Jaden Marshall.
Yeah, really good job there by the Purple Eagles, and a careless mistake on the offensive end that time by Bennett.
Take another look here as we keep it.
I just don't know what Caden was doing that time, and watch this finish here. Good Euro step, and back to the basket, spins it up. Really good play there by Marshall.
Yeah, that was a tough shot by Marshall.
So Marshall, third player for Niagara in double figures. He's got 10. Short off the bench with 10. And Adeladoon leading the way with 14, 5 of 10 overall, and he's knocked down 4 threes in this game.
And Niagara's really shooting it well from 3. I mean, well over 50. I think that put them over 50% with a lot of numbers. What are the numbers for them? I think they've made 10, haven't they?
10 of 20.
10 of 20.
Well, you shoot 10 of 20. That's a lot of points.
And can I give you a stat?
Sure.
For their free throws? Short missed 1 free throw today for Niagara. Until that time, Niagara hit 37 straight free throws in this building.
In this building?
In this building.
Yes.
Wow.
And that was given to me by Todd.
Todd Cowan, yes. Always credit your source. Great job there.
Todd's a good dude, man.
Yes, he is.
Does a great job.
3-point game. Quinnipiac 2 timeouts remaining. 1 for Niagara. No more media timeouts.
Only 2 personal fouls on the Bobcats, so you can use some of those fouls to slow Niagara down, even if you close out on a shooter and then just touch him before he releases the basketball.
They refer, Fairfield women's basketball now refers to their position as a road runner. Niagara goes with wings. Adeladoon listed as a wing.
I like wings.
Marshall listed as a wing.
I like wings.
Well, from Buffalo. Why not wings?
Why not?
Is there a tie in there?
We just made one.
Todd's back from break. We'll ask him next break.
I'm not a fan of Roadrunners. Best cartoon ever
beep, beep.
Created.
Beep, beep.
Beep. Yeah, mine was pretty bad. I just lost my voice there.
Roadrunner, Coyotes.
Poor Coyote.
Winless, like the Washington Generals.
He had a lot of opportunities to win, the Coyote.
A lot of opportunities.
Just always came up short.
Lewis using the screen by Otieno. Reyes. Off the mark. Ball batted out of bounds off Otieno. Niagara basketball, 2:21. They can tie with a 3 on this possession.
Niagara's been nothing but short of amazing in terms of their ability to weather the storm. A little bit like Rocky Balboa in those Rocky movies where it looked like it was over, but they just keep on coming at you.
Smith and Page playing a little catch on the perimeter. 2 to go, under 10 on the clock. Jumper is good for Marshall. We are tied at 70.
Boy, that backcourt as the clock was running down. Really good shot from the deep corner. Has stunned this Quinnipiac basketball team. Let's see what they're made of.
Lewis has it, looking, driving again, Short, misses the shot, into the hands of Will Short. Last lead, 42-39 for Niagara, opening 2 minutes of this half.
And I'm a fan during that time where Monroe should have the basketball for Quinnipiac.
Short putting the ball on the floor. Page with 10, giving it up. Smith against Lewis. Hits on the three-pointer. Niagara by 3, coming up on 1 minute to go here in the second half.
Boy, for them to be able to go ahead and do what they've done in terms of good finish there by Lewis. In order what they've done from the three-point line under pressure shots, tip my hat to the Purple Eagles.
Absolutely. It's not like they're not being guarded.
So Savion Lewis, opportunity for a three-point play, needs this free throw to tie it up. Another look.
They just have not been able to handle Niagara man-to-man with Niagara's ability to put it on the floor and step back.
And now Niagara has come alive from the stripe, and the zone has given up some three-point attempts.
Well, I kind of like the zone for the Bobcats. Go ahead, Steve.
Lewis, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line this afternoon. 73-73. 1 timeout remaining for Niagara, 2 for Quinnipiac, under a minute to go. Alumni Day here in Hamden for Quinnipiac men's basketball.
You got to get a stop.
Smith at the three-point line against Otieno.
Oh, no!
Hits another one.
Oh, no!
And Tom Bacora is going to call a timeout. Justice Smith, ice water in the veins. Niagara by 3. Each team 1 timeout remaining.
Boy, they're shooting at a store up there, man. Whatever they throw up, they believe is going to fall.
Absolutely. And they're not afraid. It's not been one person. It's not a one-person show.
Steve Blumenthal announcing to the Quinnipiac crowd here in Hamden. Quinnipiac women's basketball team victorious 70-38 up at Niagara. Bobcats sweep the Western New York trip. 19-3 on the season overall, 11-2 in the conference.
Yeah, good for the Lady Bobcats.
Excellent job up in Buffalo. Safe trip back.
Safe travel.
Justice Smith knocking down a three-pointer. Had one a few possessions ago right in front of Savion Lewis. 39.8 on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock for Quinnipiac.
Hey, you don't need a three here if you're Quinnipiac. I think they're going to go ahead and defend the three. I just think you take the two, play some defense, and try to force a steal, because a missed three here could kind of end the game for you.
Billy, you mentioned
you
it.
Have the best available shot.
Quinnipiac 2 team fouls here in the second half. Lewis for Monroe. Monroe against a defender, getting inside, draws the foul. Marshall reacting. Short was also in the area. Jaden Marshall is called for the foul. 2 big free throws coming up for Quinnipiac as we take another look.
Yeah, you get the ball to the best player, and he tries to turn the corner. But again, really good job defensively. He reached there, gets him with his body, and now Monroe's on the line with 2 really big free throws. Regardless, Niagara's going to have the lead, and Quinnipiac's going to go ahead, I think, press. But looks like they're going to have to foul against a Niagara team that has shot it really well.
Yes, and especially from the free throw line.
Into the game for Niagara, number 11, Jahari Williamson, and number 12, Jaylon Martinez.
Jahari Williamson back on the floor for Niagara. 32 seconds to go. Monroe to make it a 1-point game. Otieno's got 28 to lead all scorers. Pressure for Quinnipiac. They get it in for Marshall. 2-second difference, game clock, shot clock. And Monroe's going to be called for the foul, and that might have been a backcourt right in front of us.
Well, I don't think they can change it, but that clearly looked like an over in the back by Niagara. Boy, I'd love to see that again.
Just a third-team foul, so they will inbound just to our left.
We'll get a chance to take a look at this here while they inbound the ball, but you get a chance here. You're going to look, you're going to look, you're going to look. Well, it looked like he touched that line.
Foul on Amari Monroe, stopping the clock with 24.1. Monroe picks up number 3. Otieno to the bench. Caden Bennett checks in, giving Quinnipiac another ball handler here.
Well, perimeter quickness.
Niagara by 1, each team with 1 timeout remaining. Inbound, Martinez fouled by Reyes. 22.8, 15 foul. Smith looking, gets it from Martinez. Another foul is going to be called. Again, it's going to be on Reyes. That is team foul number 6. 21.5.
Well, this one will put him on the line.
Yes.
Niagara has done a good job getting the ball in bounds, and they get it again into Martinez, and now he is at the line for a 1-and-1.
Was a big fella shooting from the line this year.
Martinez on the year, 79%, entered 48 of 61, so he's gotten to the line plenty, and he's 2 for 2 in this game. Niagara 11 of 12 as a team. So you're looking at scenarios. He makes 2 here. You need a 3 to tie. 20.2 on the clock.
Yeah, a lot of possessions in the game. I don't think you need a 3 on this possession here for the Bobcats. You just got to hope your free throw defense here is strong for the Bobcats.
Misses on the free throw. 1-point game. Lewis with the basketball.
You taking a timeout, or you just playing the game?
Play throw.
Lewis, right of the lane, picked up the dribble for Monroe with 8 seconds. Monroe on the baseline. He picks up the dribble. Monroe gets the shot off, short, ball batted out into the hands of Niagara, and a foul called with 0.4 of a second remaining. Quinnipiac opportunity to win it in the final seconds. Niagara coming now with a 1-and-1 situation. 0.4 of a second on the clock.
Yeah, Quinnipiac got the ball in the guy's right hand, and really good job defensively by Niagara. Picked the dribble up and
had nowhere to go.
He had no place to go.
Josiah Davis will come in for the Purple Eagles.
Epicor and the staff made a decision with 20 to go. They were going to let him play out and not play against a set defense, and Niagara really did a good job.
Well, they knocked down shots when they needed to.
Yes, they did.
And they were contested
well,
shots.
Look what they did from the three. I mean, I think that's the one thing that stands out. You're going to make your free throws, but turn around and come into a building, a hostile environment, and knock down 11 threes and shoot, what, 50% from that?
56.5, 13 of 23.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to win a game when you got Niagara shooting as well as they shot today.
DeLaDune, 4. Marshall, 3. Williamson, a pair of threes. And Smith, 2 threes down the stretch. 0.4 of a second. Not a lot you can do in this situation.
And how about 7 of the Purple Eagle players have made a 3?
Yeah, they played well. I mean, again, and Quinnipiac had their chances. They're up 10. They're up 7. Paulus called 2 timeouts during that time and was able to gather his team, get them refocused. And as the shot clock was winding down, they made the 3 when they needed it to make it interesting.
A 1-and-1 situation at the free throw line. Our officials at the monitor across from us at center court, checking the clock.
And listen, hindsight's 20/20. You know, again, Monroe could have called a timeout when he had the ball down there, had no place to go, and he still would have an opportunity with the basketball. But again, like I said, hindsight's 20/20. A lot of things could have happened. It didn't happen, and it's going to be difficult here for Quinnipiac to win a game. But I tell you what, it's not like they lost this game. I think Niagara came in, and Niagara's going to win this basketball game.
Yes. You know, they made the tough shots. They got the stops that they needed, and they competed underneath the strings.
They put 0.2 of a second on the clock, so from 0.4 to 0.6. Fairfield got a miracle at home against Marist on Thursday. Jaden Marshall at the line. Marshall 2 of 2 at the line. He's got 13 points.
I don't think you're going to get a miss here after they got the miss before.
Missed it. The horn went, and I believe Quinnipiac able to call the timeout.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been any more than 1/10 of a second.
Brian Zink is going over to give the explanation to Greg Paulus and the Niagara staff. And that is beforehand. Tom Bacora, the players, hey, a miss, we want the timeout.
And it shouldn't have been any more than 1/10 of a second, 2/10 at the most.
Yes.
But you got to be in a position where you're going to be able to catch and shoot, and that's what the Bobcats need. 0.4 gives you an opportunity to catch and shoot.
And again, it went from 0.4 to 0.6, so we will see here. Jose Vega is going to come over and give us an explanation. 76-75. Jaylon Martinez missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Quinnipiac had a chance.
How could 0.4 of a second come off on a rebound timeout?
That was fast.
Because you want it instantly. You know that.
Well, you called it instantly.
Yes, right
now,
away.
whether the officials reacted instantly, that's the question.
Greg Paulus, I believe, is going to have all 5 players on the floor to the other side of the midcourt line, except for Short, who is going to guard the inbounds, and Will Short goes 6'8". Monroe is going to likely, with the baseball pass here, 1-point game. Short again, guarding the inbounds. Monroe cannot run the baseline here on the missed free throw. Has to throw it right from that position. Short jumping up and down. Baseball pass deflected by Short. He did his job. Niagara does its job. Comes to Hamden. Splits the trip to Merrimack. And Quinnipiac victorious today against the Bobcats 76-75.
Hey, look it.
Tip your hat to the